Hello. So going live is it's not exactly, I'm having to get used to it. I mean, I like to talk, I love to share information, and it's not the easiest thing. So that's off my chest. I am going to start going live every single day, more than likely right around this time. And I thought I'd start off by coming clean. And what I mean by that is I've been doing what I do. I've been involved in medicinal chemistry, pharmacology. Here comes my cat. Excuse me, Missy Kitty. She wanted to get in the picture. But I have been involved in this for over 40 years. And I have been practicing holistic wellness, if you will, with essential oils. This includes essential oils. I've been doing this for 40 plus years. And like I said, it started off in medicinal chemistry, pharmacology, and it got to me because after all these years and along the way, I've been diagnosed with MS, which I have been officially cleared of. Could you excuse me? Then there was two different types of cancer. Ow. Two different types of cancer. And let's see, when I was in my 40s, I was told that I had the cervix of an 80-year-old. Then I was informed that I have osteoporosis, which then then I heard that I had, my bones basically were older than that of an 80-plus-year-old. Arthritis throughout my body. The point is, to all of this, is that my body it sounded like it was rapidly aging. And I don't know how any health professional can honestly practice in their field and have health conditions and do it authentically. Now, here's the thing. I've lived a healthy lifestyle. I mean, to the degree where I had a plant-based diet most of my life. I think there was a couple of years in there where it was, my mom was concerned, so she had me eat meat and dairy. I mean, I was eating animal products. But for the good majority of my life, it's been a plant-based diet. And I have also lived a physically active life, meaning I've been a swimmer, I've been a hiker, I practice yoga. To this day, at one point, I was actually competitively swimming. I'm cycling, you name it. I've been doing it. My parents loved being physically active, so this is something that I did for a very, very long time. So the bottom line is I have been living the recommended lifestyle and still ended up with these health conditions. And you may have heard me talk about this before. It's frustrating. How could this possibly be? This is what I'm saying. That was the question, is how could this possibly be if I'm doing what I'm told to do, what's being recommended? Now, the thing is, for me, I've never, ever aligned with the idea that we are at the effect of family medical history. I have said since I launched this page years ago that nobody has. Sorry, I keep looking at my hand because she actually stuck her claw in my knuckle. I have literally been saying since I launched this page years ago that nobody needs to be a statistic. I firmly believe that. I have consistently said, with a little bit of pushback, not a lot, but some pushback, that degenerative health issues are not passed on from generation to generation. They're just not. What's passed on from generation to generation are beliefs and behaviors. And yes, I have been working with oils. And for the longest time, I was actually quite ashamed of myself to say, I've been using oils all this time. I've been eating a plant-based diet. I've been physically active. And still, I ended up with these health conditions. Still. I have had episodes of being really disappointed and frustrated. So I completely get it. When you feel defeated, when you're frustrated with the anger, whatever whatever emotions come up for you because you've tried, Miss Kitty, please. You've tried really, you've given it all, and you're still dealing with health issues to the degree where they're actually getting in the way of things that are meaningful to you. Maybe maybe it could be with your family. It could be with work. Here's an idea. You actually have a life that you're called to live, and it's difficult to get there. It's difficult to see yourself doing it because you've encountered all of these health issues. Well, the thing is, my frustration really led me down the path of getting to the root of what the heck is actually going on. What the heck is actually happening? And the bottom line, to sum it all up, is it's the emotional environment as well as the external environment. The only thing you ever think about are your own thoughts, and it's the interpretations of your thoughts. These are the beliefs and the behaviors that I'm talking about. We interpret our own thoughts. We attach emotions to these thoughts. And the longer we stay with that, the more inflammation is produced. This is the crux of all degenerative illness. And the interesting thing is that epigenetic scientists are confirming the fact that this your epigenome basically is your stress response. It's actually something that I was talking about in the clubhouse room I did yesterday, which that replay is in the feed here. It should be right underneath this. That replay, and I'll put the link to that also in the comment section here. When I was talking about this, I was reading an excerpt out of a science journal that specifies that this is in fact what contributes, this stress response is what actually creates the inflammation that leads to the inflammation that leads to degeneration. I also jumped into talking a lot about phenols because I was talking, I led a class this week and we were getting into phenols. And here's the thing. The environment is full of phenols. That's what BPA is. And phenols are they're full of phenols. Cleaning products, it's just, they're everywhere. So there's a ton of man-made phenols. We have phenols in our diet, especially if you eat a high plant-based diet. This is going to get good, so stick with me here. So if you have a plant-based diet, you're consuming a lot of phenols. And then there's essential oils with phenols. And if we are emotionally wrapped up in our thoughts and our circumstances, right? Our thoughts about the circumstances, but when we are emotionally worked up, we are setting ourselves up for continual production of inflammation, because here's how this goes. The epigenome adapts to the stressors. This is your stress response, is basically your epigenome, also known as a methylation pathway. And when this system adapts to stressors, it begins to slow down the metabolism of the phenols that your body produces. Now here you might find this interesting. Estrogen, dopamine, serotonin are all examples of phenols. These are catecholamines that must be broken down and metabolized in order to be released from the body. However, when we are attached or are wrapped up emotionally in something, it alters the way these chemicals are being broken down, and now you have a heightened state of alertness and activity. And if it can't break these chemicals down, there's a number of symptoms that actually begin to show up. Irritability, dark circles under the eyes, night sweats. There's a whole list of them. And if you'd like, I actually have, I'll put this link in the description as well. I recently wrote, no, I didn't. It's written up. I wrote it up for my class. Comment with a P. Put a P in the comment section below. And if you give me the P, I will message you. I will message you the link to this document. It's from my class. It's on phenols. And I have a list of symptoms that are on there. You can take a look at it. So just put a P in the comments, and I will message you the link to that document. It's a freebie because, like I said, it's going in my class, and some of my students have paid for this. But I'm wanting to give this out because, you guys, this is crazy. I mean, again, so the body's producing phenols. And the more wrapped up we are, the more rigid we become about our beliefs, right? The more rigid we become in our behavior, like everything has to happen in a certain way, or our automatic reactions is another way to put it. The more automatic your reactions become, the more inflammatory the more inflammation is happening. Because if you won't release this, if you won't let go of these beliefs, or you won't let go of a habit or a way of thinking or doing something, you're basically letting the body know, don't let go. And so it's not metabolizing and releasing these chemicals that have been being used. So you have a higher level of phenols in your system, because the sulfation pathway cannot break them, cannot metabolize them or detox them and flush them. In an ideal world, that wouldn't be that big of a deal. However, we have dietary phenols. Like I said, if you eat a plant-based diet, you are increasing your level of phenols. Then we have the environment, and then we have the essential oils. And on that phenol document, I do have a list of oils that contain phenols in them that you really don't want to use on a regular basis until you get this stress response handled. And I mean that not just deep breathing. This is really or exercise. This is about using oils in a way that reset this stress response. That's the word I want to use. It helps to reset the stress response. This is something that I work with you on doing for your unique system. This is something that I teach people in my classes on how to do this, because we are at a precipice. We are at the tipping point that if we don't get a handle on this, we're teaching our kids how to react and how to behave and how to, and again, when we have an environment full just of man-made phenols, and then on top of all of that, we're being encouraged to eat a plant-based diet. And hey, look, I was born that way. I do not eat a plant-based diet because I am some, earth activist. I mean, yes, I'm environmentalist. I love the environment, don't get me wrong. But it was not a choice to save the animals. That's not why I did this. I was born this way. And there's a story behind that I'm not going to get into right now, but I was born this way. And like I said, the only reason I deviated from it was because my mother didn't, my family wasn't plant-based. They were pretty typical meat, potatoes, bread, just the basic wholesome diet at the time. We didn't have a lot of packaged foods. So, but it was definitely animal based. And because she didn't, it didn't, because vegetarianism or veganism was not something that she was familiar with. I mean, of course she was concerned. It stands to reason she was concerned. But that was only for a short while. I always went back to it, and I've been this way, again, for the most of my life. And if you have been this way, or you are choosing to live this way, then it's increasingly important that you learn how to work with your emotions. Because again, we are not at the effect of our family history. We are not at the family medical history. We don't even have to be at the effect of any family history. They are our family. We love them dearly, but we don't have to repeat behaviors and beliefs. We can live by what makes sense to us. And when we really assist our emotional environment, which you can do with oils, not just for the calming sense, not just to feel calm and relaxed, but actually help your body break these phenols down, and other things, and help other symptoms relieve themselves. This is when you can begin to restore a heightened state of wellness. So I just wanted to share that with you today, because I feel like I myself was, and this is where, like I said, I had to come clean. 40 plus years of doing this, and having health issues that, by the way, are actually, with the exception of this, I have paraneural cyst in my neck, which is a kind of a rare thing to have. I can't do anything about it because it's part of the spinal cord. So they're there. However, I have managed to deal with pain that they used to really trigger. But beyond that, everything else is pretty much subsided. I don't take any medication. I don't use anything for the arthritis. Everything is oil-based, and of course nutrition-based. I am still physically active. I'm actually far more active now than I ever was, even as a teenager. So I am growing healthier, and that's why I'm here. And I am living my dream. That's why I'm here, because at one point I was allowing my health concerns to dictate what I was going to do and what I wasn't going to do. And we don't have to do that. I am called to live a life that I am very, very excited by. And I want that for you as well. So let me know if you have any questions. Again, put a P in the comments below if you'd like that handout on the phenols, which does include a list of oils that you would want to minimize your use of until we were able to get a good hold and reset on your stress system. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with that. I'll be back tomorrow. Not quite sure what I'm going to talk about, but I guarantee you there's going to be something for me to chat with you on. All right. I love you. Have a beautiful evening. Let me know if you have any questions about what I've said here, because I'm really committed to you living the life that you're called to live and not having these health concerns of yours be the reason why that doesn't happen. They do not need to be the reason why this is happening. You've got this. And I am here. I am a stand for you, that you get that life. Okay? So know that I love you. There's a heart. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.